Is Denise Bryant here?
Yes, ma'am.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Denise Bryant and file number 23-00631. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee, appearing on behalf of Denise Bryant, who's in the courtroom and standing to my right.
Thank you, Ms. Bryant. How are you? Today was the date and the time that was set for a final pre-trial. I have a nollie cross. The people are moving to dismiss without prejudice because the necessary witnesses failed to appear, okay? Do you understand what that means for you?
Yes,
What does it mean?
that I will be going to jail for anyone.
Well, it means that this case is dismissed today. The without prejudice part is the part that you need to be advised about, and that is that they have the right to reissue the charge against you if the necessary witness reappears and is ready to proceed with the case. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any questions about that?
Mm.
Okay. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of your dismissal, okay, ma'am? Mariah Eccles. Eccles Fields with you? Oh,
Let's see.
that's unfortunate. Interesting. Yeah, they took a bond. This is the young lady that's in Illinois. You have contact information for Ms. Eccles?
Double check. Yes,
Oh, maybe attempted to call her?
I'm gonna call her right now. I called her.
She's the
talking
one
on
that
the
lives in
14th.
Illinois. Dallas Marshall?
Right here, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Dallas Marshall, and this is file number 23-00480.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Dallas Marshall, who is present and standing to my right.
Okay, today's the date and the time that was set. For final pre-trial, I think it's 8:53. So it looks like necessary witnesses failed to appear, so the people are moving to dismiss without prejudice, and they object to the destruction of arrest records under MCL 764.26A. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. You understand what the dismissal without prejudice means?
In the future, if they come forward, this can't come up again, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions at this time?
Just that I have a tether on my ankle, Your Honor. Just something to get that on.
Once this is discussed, you can go down to the county and have it removed. You want to wait 72 hours before you violate any of the pre-existing no contact zones, because we got to get that out of lien, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
And any additional matters for record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense, thank you.
You're all set. We'll get you a copy of the dismissal. Mayor Perkins. For the record, in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Pierce Perkins, file number 23-00775. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Parrish Perkins, who is appearing in person to my right.
How are you, Mr. Perkins? State's date and the time that was set for final pre-trial. People are moving to dismiss without prejudice because the necessary witness failed to appear. They are objecting to destruction of the arrest records under Michigan Compile Law 76-4.26A. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions at this time?
No.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And none for defense, thank you.
Okay, hang tight, we'll get you a copy of that. You can bring up Mr. Bywater. Mr. Lee, were you able to track down Ms. Echo?
Voicemail for her. I did not, was not able to talk to her live. When I talked to her on Friday, she said she would be here. She understood she needed to be here in person. So I'm hoping that perhaps she's just hung up. Is there no-
Okay, sounds good. Elijah Moore is not present. Who represents Elijah Moore?
That's Austin Jared.
Yeah, Austin, okay.
I have him on a misdemeanor case, but that's his sentencing on the plea from.
But I don't think he's here though, is he? I don't see Mr. Austin either.
Yes.
I need to talk to him myself.
Elijah Moore,
Yeah.
he's not represented on
He's
all of his cases?
representing all these, but his daughter is a victim of a child abuse case
Uh,
that I need to talk to him about.
Do we know where Mr. Jared Austin is? for the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Jimmy Bywater on number 23-00388. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Jimmy Bywater, who is present and standing to my right.
How are you, Mr. Bywater?
Good.
Today was the date and the time that was set for the restitution hearing and sentencing. It's like last time we were here. Mr. Bywater pled guilty to count 2 of receiving and concealing stolen property less than 200. Are you proceeding with a hearing on restitution?
I do not have a victim present, Your Honor. The victim is not subpoenaed in this manner. I did turn over a receipt to Ms. Donnelly, and I think that we are close to having an amount.
Yes, Your Honor, I was provided a receipt for the original sales amount for the scooter. Under law, they are entitled to the fair market value of that scooter at this point. So without the victim here, we're gonna have to do a little bit more to figure out what possible restitution.
You say you have a receipt?
We do have a receipt from when it was originally purchased. It was 2 years. It is now 2 years old at the time.
Okay, and that's not something you could get off Kelly Blue Book value?
We were working on that, Judge, and we were trying to find the make and model.
Got it. So the receipt doesn't give that information?
No, it says it's a Solana. I have actually been able to track down the make and model. It's just all about, like, JD Power doesn't have this manufacturer as a, like, I'll see if Kelly Blue Book has their manufacturer as something, but we just got this morning, so.
Yeah, it is. You're renting someone here, which costs the people money.
But I understand that, Your Honor, but I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't have my client agree to pay. It's right now it's at over $1,000. I think the money is a very, the amount would be important to Mr. Bywater.
So I agree. He doesn't need to pay more than what the fair market value is, but I think that we had enough time to get the fair market value before today.
I agree, Your Honor. If you want to set him for sentencing and just have the prosecutor file a motion after the fact, if they want that, and we'll have a restitution, I would request that.
He said is he serving his sentence in Clinton County?
Yes, Your Honor.
For how long?
I believe you're going to be here till July, yes. And then are you getting out on probation or you're going to be done in July? Yes, sir.
Give me a new date. May 1st at 8:30. May 1st at 8:30. Are we set for sentencing and the restitution hearing? Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Enough for defense, thank you.
Oh, Elijah Moore is not here. Do we know where? Because this is Jared Austin's file and he's not here either.
I did message Mr. Austin because I do show that he should be. I don't know why he's not on the Zoom. It says he's in Zoom port right now. Maybe I'll go check.
His client's not here either, so I don't know if this is a issue of a miscommunication on something,
No.
or if we need to be bench warning his client.
I do know he has multiple cases with our office.
Right.
Yeah.
We might as well do it now. The attorney's already here, so. Who's this attorney? Who's representing Wallace?
What
Yeah.
time?
It's at 10:30, but
Oh, I
he's-
see. Oh, that would be me, Your Honor. Yes.
he's already got his gloves on, so we might as well bring him up now.
Okay.
Let's see. Mr. Austin is here. Good morning, Mr. Austin.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Elijah Moore was scheduled for sentencing today on the matter that you represent him on, but he did not appear. Did you speak with him?
I've tried reaching out to him, but I have not been able to reach him now. My
Okay, sounds good.
understanding
I
is that he was made aware of the date, but I have not been able to personally reach him.
Okay, sounds good. I did not want to issue a bench warrant if this was maybe something that you both had mixed up, but it sounds like,
Well, in I know my colleague, I think, had arranged this with the court, and this was placed on my calendar for tomorrow, so it's quite possible Mr. Moore was mistaken and thought the date was set for tomorrow instead of today. That is possible because that's how it appeared on my calendar.
on a Tuesday? This wasn't something that was switched, was it?
I think it was switched on the record because he wanted his sentencing closer.
No, I mean, he said it was on for tomorrow,
I wouldn't have switched it.
so I'm just wondering if it was improperly set. But it looks like he was in bench warrant status.
Yeah. He was in jail last time.
No. What is today's date? 9th. My note
Oh.
definitely says April 18th. Okay, we'll hold the file till tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I said it was only scheduled once in July.
Yeah, well, both me and Mr. Austin have the 18th, so somebody said the
I don't
18th.
know, his mom sent me an email
Oh, boy.
and said that you.
Okay, who do we have here? Is this Miss Echols?
Yes, Ms.
We're on the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Mariah Echols, file number 23-00624. Council appears.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Mariah Echols, who is in the courtroom and standing to my right.
How are you, Miss Echols? Pretty good. Did you come in from Illinois today? Yes. When you weren't here, I was concerned. We needed to have to issue a warrant, but you appeared. I know it's snowing after being 80 degrees for 5 days straight, so it can be tricky. Nonetheless, maybe the date and the time set for a final pre-trial. Did we have witnesses here?
We did not, Judge. I am holding a nollie in my hand. I just need to get a signature on it.
Okay, so the case is dismissed without prejudice. That simply means we're dismissing the case today. Did you get your
I need Jen-
tether removed?
I said I need Jen to sign or a prosecutor to sign.
Oh, that's right. Let's see. Can we go get this prosecutor to sign up for us? The case will be dismissed today without prejudice if the necessary witness re-engages with the prosecutor's office and wants to proceed. The prosecutor does have the right to reissue, okay? Yeah, is that a yes? Do you have any questions about that? Okay. We'll get you a copy of the signed dismissal once you get a prosecutor's signature on there, and then you can go down and have your tether removed, okay? The additional matters for the record?
Nothing bad for people. Thank you. Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, I see Dustin Hartrink online. Who was on the iPhone with the orange shirt?
That's me,
Is that your name,
Danny,
last name?
Gary.
Perfect.
Very good, thank you. Who's
Thank
representing?
I'm with Harker Inc.
Who's with Daniel Carey?
I have Daniel Carey.
Okay, do you need to speak to him?
Yes, please.
Yes, Archery. You ready?
Yes, I do. He's just a deferred sentencing. It should be. This was Keith's old case. He pled guilty and they were just gonna set it out, just to make sure that new charges didn't get issued.
Oh, this is like a year later.
In there. No new charge, it's gonna be dismissed.
Mr. Hartrink, your matter is dismissed.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I thought you meant you had like a report from
Oh.
forensics. I was like, I don't have any reports. Gotcha. Okay, sounds
Wish it
good.
was that quick.
Right. It's taking longer and longer these days. We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Daniel Carey. File number is 23-00095. Council appearance.
Fran Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender John Lee on behalf of Daniel Carey.
Okay, today's the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. And I do have here forensic center evaluation request, a petition for a referral to determine the defendant's competency to stand trial, and a request for him to undergo evaluation relative to criminal responsibility. And this is a request made based on your observations with your client, Mr. Lee.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections from the people?
No objections from the people, Your Honor.
Okay, is your concern is that his level of understanding is that of a second grade, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, he's easily distracted and difficulty comprehending legal issues. Without objection, the court will grant the request and the defendant will be ordered to undergo evaluation at the Center for Forensic Psychiatry. Both competency and order for him to undergo evaluation for criminal responsibility. We'll set this out. I know criminal responsibility is going to take some time because they are inundated. All they do is send us letters letting us know that they're inundated. So with that being said, we'll set this out for internal review until the time in which we can get a report. Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set. Thank you, Mr. Carey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Oh, and to what do we owe the pleasure of Mr. Abbott being here on a Monday?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I hold a letter like the one you just received regarding Corey Goss.
We're saying that
It's scheduled for
A review.
today.
Oh, okay, yes. Can you please bring it to me? What is that letter?
but it's a letter saying they
Saying
have to
that
push
they
it.
need more time?
That's exactly what it is.
Center for Forensic Psychiatry. They need more time.
That's why I laughed. I knew that.
Okay, so we'll reset.
The good news is he actually did go and get the evaluation.
Oh, okay.
Sets him apart from
Yeah.
many of
That
them.
is good. There are some things in this file here. Let's see. There's two in one. Looks like we have the same exact letter in the file. That we haven't received anything from them, although this letter was dated for the 29th of September, September, of March. They haven't sent us anything since. Let's see, what is this? That was before that. Letting us know that he was scheduled on the 21st. Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll set this out and follow up for a report in about 30 days internally. I have another date.
It'll be May 22nd.
May 22nd at 9.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
22nd or 27th?
22nd, 2/2.
Thank you.
Have a good one, John. Glad you braved the weather for this.
Wasn't level April snow shower.
Son had a soccer game yesterday at about
Are you ready, Mr. Wallace?
Yes, Your Honor.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Edward Wayne Wallace, file number is 23-00737. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant, Edward Wallace, who is present and standing to my right.
Okay, Mr. Wallace, today's the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial. I have a malicious destruction of a building and a breaking and entering without owner. Council appearance. I'm sorry, how are we proceeding, council?
The offer today, Your Honor, is that Mr. Wallace can plead guilty to count 2, breaking and entering. And with that, the state would dismiss count 1. Yeah, he's accepting it here.
He's gonna plead guilty to count 2.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're fine. Mr. Rain, you don't need to fill that out.
Okay.
He's gonna plead guilty to count 2. People will dismiss count 1. Okay. Mr. Wallace, count 1 is a malicious destruction of a building less than 200, and then count 2 is breaking and entering illegal entry without owner's permission. That's a misdemeanor, maximum penalty 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines. You want to plead guilty to count 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give is the truth and the whole truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Okay, I have an advice of rights with today's date on it, and that's your signature at the bottom.
Yes, ma'am.
You read this document?
Yes.
You understand the rights listed here?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about any of these rights?
No.
You understand that you have to give up each of these rights in order to accept the plea offer?
Yes.
Okay, so you're willing to give up your right to the presumption of innocence?
Yes.
You understand that you're innocent until proven guilty and that you have the right to have the prosecution prove you guilty by proving each element of the charge being brought against you beyond a reasonable doubt at trial. Okay, you also give up your right to cross-examine, confront, or question any of the witnesses that the prosecution intends to call. You're willing to give up your right to call your own witnesses or present evidence at a trial that you believe would further a defense of this charge.
Yes.
You're giving up your right to remain silent and not have silence be used against you.
Yes.
Anybody making any promises to you to get you to want to waive your rights today?
No.
Has there been any threats made to you in exchange for you waiving your rights?
No.
Are you currently on probation or parole or serving a sentence on another matter?
No.
Are you on bond in Genesee County?
Was
that something pending?
In county jails, I haven't bonded.
Okay, you have something else pending?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you discussed how a guilty plea could impact your current bond status or any other status that you may be on before the courts?
Okay.
Okay, you don't have any questions about that? You understand that a guilty plea could result in a conviction that you may need to report to your employer?
Yeah.
That you may need to report a conviction on a future job application.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
And a conviction could also have impact on any travel or immigration status that you may be seeking. You understand that? Okay. And you still want to waive your rights, understanding that?
Yes.
Okay. Are you entering a plea because you believe you're guilty?
Yes.
Okay. As to count 2 of breaking and entering illegal entry without owner's permission, how do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Have a factual basis, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wallace, on March 4th of 2023, were you on or near 913 West Holmes Road in the city of Burlington, Ada County, state of Michigan?
Yes.
And is that the location of the Michigan Recovery Services?
Yes.
All right. And on that date and place, did you enter with or without breaking into it, the MMRS located at that address?
Yes.
Without, and you did not first obtain permission to enter, right? Your Honor, no further questions.
Any questions from the prosecution?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
If the court is satisfied with the factual basis, I'll accept your plea. Find your plea be made free voluntarily and intelligently. Was there discovery in this? I'm sorry, discovery, restitution?
I believe, but I don't have that amount, Judge.
Sentencing. Sentencing will be June 26th at 8:30 in the morning.
Anybody be sentenced now?
Your Honor, we were referring him to probation, or do we want to have opportunity for? there
I'm
to be-
referring him to probation. You need to undergo a pre-sentence report investigation. They'll provide the court with a recommendation about how they believe you should be sentenced. How long is he supposed to be in the custody of Genesee County?
Your Honor, he is right now being held on bond for a case that just went up to the circuit court. So it's unclear.
4 to 5 weeks before my court date.
Well,
Sorry?
until your next court date, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Do you want to amend his bond so he's accruing credit? 'Cause
Yes, Your
At this
Honor.
point, he's not accruing anything.
exactly, I'd like it converted from a PR to at least 10%.
I'll amend the bond to 10%, which is 1,010%. All other bond conditions will continue, and then we'll see you June 26th for your sentencing. Any additional matters for the record today?
No, on behalf of the people, thank you, Your Honor.
And none for defense, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Abbott, did your clients leave?
Right here, Mr. Goss is here.
Okay,
He just wondered if there was gonna be a written notice for this hearing.
we can print him a notice.
It says one down.
Oh. You gotta know that starting your camera is only half the battle. Gotta Get that audio going.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abbott. Is it Angus McFarland?
Yes.
We want to speak with him.
Okay, hang tight, sir. Your attorney wants to speak with you.
Okay.
morning.
Good morning.
What's your name? What's your name?
Colette Hardaway. Yes.
Do you have a response from the AG? I do
No
not.
objection.
Okay.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Colette Deshawn Hardaway, file number A 03145 council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Okay, and Ms. Hardaway, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, today's the date and the time that was set for a hearing on a motion to set aside conviction that you filed. Are you struggling to hear? Because I see your ear is up to the camera.
Oh, yes.
Are you able to adjust your volume, or it may be that you need to adjust your speaker in the Zoom app?
Okay. Okay.
Did that help you at all?
Yes.
Okay, so I have an application to set aside a conviction here for larceny $200 or more, but less than $1,000, conviction date of March 17, 2006. I do have
Yes.
an opinion from the Michigan Attorney General. They have no objection. And Mr. Ring, on behalf of the Ingham County Prosecutor's Office, are you all taking the same position?
The people will have no objection as well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I have a copy of your prior criminal history, and I think this is the only conviction that you have. What have you been doing since 2006, ma'am?
I've been working. I worked at Fisher Dynamic. Also, I'm a stylist. I work at Lady Jane. It's the men haircut. I cut hair, and I also have I make wigs also.
Okay, well, again, I don't see any other engagement with the criminal justice system since the time of this conviction date. I think based on the circumstances and under the law that you meet the criteria to have this conviction set aside. I find that to be in the best interest of and consistent with the public welfare. So I will grant your application to set aside the conviction. I'll date it for today. You'll receive a copy of this in the mail, okay, ma'am?
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem. Do you have any questions for the court today?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're all set, ma'am, and congratulations to you.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Devices. Okay, Roper,
Yes, ma'am.
is that you or Miss Donnelly?
Miss Donnelly.
Okay, Ms. Roper, you can hang tight. We'll see if your attorney needs to speak with you when she's available, okay?
Okay.
Hi, who is on the iPhone whose view is sideways?
That's me. Yeah.
What's your
Travis
name?
Luther. Travis Luther.
Is that Miss Donnelly?
That is Miss Donnelly.
Somebody's on a Samsung, but they won't start their video or audio. Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Angus Ryan McFarland, file number 20-01512. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Angus McFarland, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, Mr. McFarland, you can hear us, correct?
Yes.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pretrial OWI. My note from March 6th is that there was an offer for him to plead guilty to impaired with screening for sobriety court, but there was an inquiry into some evidentiary issues. Have we addressed that, or do you need more time?
Your Honor, on, we do have, evidentiarily, I think the only thing we're missing is body worn camera and dash cam, but we also have another offer. This time, the state is willing to offer Mr. Angus McFarland to plead guilty to allowing a person to drive while intoxicated.
Allowing an intoxicated person.
Yes.
Allowing an intoxicated person to operate. Jeez, why is that so hard to
What is
say?
that? It's
257.6252.
Okay.
At this time, I've discussed the offer with Mr. McFarland, but I would like to request 2 weeks adjournment so that we can further discuss it.
May 1st at 10 a.m.
May 1st at 10 a.m. Do you have any questions today, Mr. McFarland?
No.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, council?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you on May 1st, sir. Okay, do you need to speak to Ms. Roper?
I do not, Your Honor. I am ready to proceed with Ms. Roper. Unless, Ms. Roper, did you need a breakout room with me?
No.
On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan. First is Miracle Roper, file number 23-01001, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant Miracle Roper, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial on a domestic violence. Is there an offer on this?
There is an offer to plead with sentencing under 7694A.
On a pre-trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll set this matter for final pre-trial. Jury trial.
We can do final pre-trial May 22nd at 8 a.m. And jury trial June 12th at 8 a.m.
Is it possible we not set it for June 12th? Well, I have obligations that weekend and I don't want, I'm good with having the docket.
I was just gonna say, I might be taking the 12th off. Just to be
Well,
fair.
you have the week off before that. Your Honor, I do.
I do, but it's gonna be adjusted. I have to state bar meeting on the 8th, the 9th and the 10th of the month, so.
I just don't want to.
I need to
It's
adjust.
just Monday.
I gotta adjust my vacation. June 26th, at what time?
8 a.m.
8 a.m. Of course, because it's a jury trial. Okay, Ms. Roper, we're gonna set your matter for final pre-trial, May 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Jury trial will proceed June 26th, 8 o'clock in the morning, also in person at the court. Do you have any questions today for the court?
No.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
Nothing for defense, thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you.
Murder file back. It doesn't say yet if there was an attorney.
I was laughing. We already granted. We already
It
granted.
didn't say that on my document. there was an attorney.
Mr. Picard is here. I think he needs a translator.
Oh.
Yeah, he hasn't asked for one, but I have a hard time understanding.
Okay. Who's on the Samsung?
Yes,
What's your name?
my name is Kazim Ali Pekar.
Okay. Mr. Bakar, do you need a translator at all?
No, I'm good.
What's wrong with him? Where's his food? He's getting hungry.
Is it Hassan Zazur?
Yes,
So
Your
you're-
Honor.
Okay.
My client just told me that she might have been called a little bit early and it was already granted. Is that the case?
That is correct. There was no notification in the file that she was represented by counsel.
Okay, that's fine. As long as she got it set aside, I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Thank you. They didn't have an appearance. And it's not on the.
We're ready to proceed.
Okay, we're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Travis Luther, file number 23-00734, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
And Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of defendant Travis Luther, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, Mr. Luther, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial on a police officer assault and a domestic violence. I see that there was an offer extended at the last court date, but that the public defender was looking, or the prosecutor was looking to review at body cam.
That's correct, Judge.
Okay, how are we proceeding at this time?
Your Honor, there is a new officer, a new offer that I have put forward, which would be plea to disturbing the peace in this matter. I believe we're going to be leaving it set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
May 22nd for the final pretrial, 8 a.m. And June 26th for the jury trial.
Okay. Final pretrial will be May 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. I'm not requiring officer witnesses to appear for final pretrial. Also, offers will expire at the time of the final pretrial. Jury trial will be June 26th. 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. Do you have any questions today?
No, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record today?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll see you on May 22nd, sir.
Mr. Luther, I'll be calling you later today.
Okay, thank you.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Kazim Ali Pekar, file number 23-00987, counsel appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Donnelly on behalf of the defendant who is appearing separately by video.
Can you spell your first name for me?
My name is Kazim Ali.
Can you spell your first name?
K as a kangaroo, A as an apple, Z as a zebra, I as an ice cream, M as monkey, A as an apple, L as lorry, I as an ice cream.
Okay, do you have a middle name?
No,
Oh, thank you. There was a note to confirm his name. Make sure that's accurate in the system. Okay, today was the date and the time that was set for a pre-trial of a domestic violence and a child abuse court. How are we proceeding?
All right, this time I'd be asking for an adjournment of 30 days to get new information and gather a little bit more evidence. We're still waiting on a response from CPS.
Any objection?
Your Honor, only that Mr. Pykar is still ordered to be outside the home, and he still has to support his family. So if 30 days is to me a lot of time. I don't getting information from CPS. Hopefully it wouldn't take more than 2 weeks, but because I would be requesting it set for a final pretrial and jury trial.
You want us to just do that and then
That works for me, Judge.
Final pretrial will be May 22nd at 8 a.m. Jury trial June 20th.
final pre-trial will be 8 o'clock in the morning on May 22nd. That's in person at the court, okay, Mr. Pekar?
pardon me, let me write it down. What date?
May 22nd. At 8 o'clock in the morning, you have to come in person.
I didn't
Ready for the
understand.
next date? There's a jury trial, and that's gonna be June 26th at 8 o'clock, okay?
Okay, June 28th.
June 26th.
Okay.
We're
At
gonna
8
send
o'clock,
a notice to it. I'm sorry,
at 8 o'clock?
correct, in person at the court.
Okay. 8 a.m.
Yes, are you still at the address on South Wadsworth?
Yeah,
That's where we're gonna send you a notice to appear, okay?
Okay, so can I go home or not?
Not at this time. Do you have any other questions?
So until what time I'll be away from my home?
I'm sorry?
Until when I should be away?
There's a no contact order and that's still in place, okay? You can talk to your attorney if you have any other questions about that, okay, sir?
Okay. So until that day, I cannot go home?
You can't go home until further notice of the court. I don't know what's gonna happen on that date, sir.
Okay.
Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Paycar, you can follow up with your attorney about any questions about the no contact order, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
For today is done?
We're done for today. That's correct.
Okay, bye.
You didn't see Russell?
John, you got William Russell, right?
I have not seen Mr. Russell.
For his dog licenses?
No. He has failed to appear on several other cases as well, so not anticipated in this one.
You know what we need? We need Ingham County Animal Control to have a way for us to look up, and see if they issued a dog license.
Yeah.
So we can move on.
Yeah, because you contact the animal control to figure it out, right?
It should just be online.
Yeah, there should be an
It's
online.
2023.
Yeah. Or dog licenses should just be a civil infraction.
That part. But we know we're not gonna go.
Same with
Well,
dog
I
at
don't know.
large.
I get to go find them.
This is one of the first people I ever met in probation violation. When I started this job. She had been stuck for 10 years.
Oh, jeez.
Working.
Like, you know what? That's all.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Hi, yes, I can hear you. First
Hi.
time ever using Zoom.
No problem. What's your name?
Melinda Wirt, W-I-R-T.
Okay, what's the last 4 digits of your phone number?
Actually, I don't have a phone right now, but I think I'm about to get it back on. So when I do, it's gonna be 7849.
Thank you. Okay, hang tight. Your attorney needs to meet with you.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning,
What's your name?
Sheena Scott.
Green. Experience. Is it? No, I don't know.
Robert.
Yeah. different person.
Email me on this.
I'm plugged in, I'm good.
We're on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Melinda Wirt, file number 23-01021 SM, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Assistant Public Defender Sarah Darling on behalf of defendant Melinda Wirt, who is appearing separately by video.
Okay, Ms. Wirt, today was the date and the time that was set for a pretrial on an assault and battery. How are we proceeding, council?
This time we'll be setting a final pre-trial and jury trial.
No offer.
No offer this time.
Final pretrial, May 22nd at 8 AM. Jury trial, June 26th.
Okay, final pretrial will be in person at the court on May 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll have jury trial June 26th in person at the court at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any questions today? You're muted.
I'm sorry, is that better?
That's better. Do you have any
Okay.
questions today, ma'am?
No, I do not.
Okay, any additional matters for the record, council?
Nothing on behalf of the people. Thank you, Your Honor.
And nothing for defense, thank you.
Okay, Ms. Wirt, we'll see you on May 22nd.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You. Good
And-
morning, Mr. Green.
Good morning, everyone.
On the record in the matter, the people of the state of Michigan versus Sheena Marie Scott. File number is 23-01015, council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. Vince Green on behalf of the defendant Sheena Scott, who I see is also appearing by Zoom.
Correct. And today is the date and time that was set for a pretrial on one count of stalking. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, at this time, I did just email Mr. Green this morning with an offer, so I would defer to him.
All right. Your Honor, I haven't had a chance to look at the email yet. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I will take a look at it. In fact, I could do it right now or, but I think we're heading towards trial on this one, so.
Okay, so we'll set it for final pretrial.
By that time, I'll have a chance to talk to the assistant prosecutor and we can go from there.
Does May 22nd work for you for final pretrial?
Let's see. May 22nd. Yes, that works out fine.
Okay, we'll do final pretrial May 22nd, 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court.
Jury trial, June 26th.
Jury trial June 26th. That works for you?
June 26th works fine too.
Okay, that'll be in person at the court. Do you have any questions for the court today, Ms. Scott? You're muted, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering, do I have to stay on tether and away from my home during this time?
struggling to read. George Floyd's is here. Okay, bond was set at 2,000, cash surety. Within 2,000 feet. And then there was GPS tether. Was there an allegation of physical activity?
There was no allegation of physical activity, Judge. I did get a chance to speak with the victim, and there has been allegations that she is still being harassed at this time, and I have directed her to the appropriate place to file that report.
Okay, well, I don't know that I think it's reasonable that she can't go to her own house because of allegations of stalking that didn't involve, clearly, based on the allegation, any physical threat or harm done to her. It doesn't sound like there's been any assaultive action.
There was no
Just some
assault.
statements?
There were statements. There were no assaultive action, but there were statements of.
They're like directly next door to each other? Is that what's happening?
I believe that is what it is.
They have a shared driveway or something?
Yes.
We've got a shared property line, Your Honor.
I'm gonna amend the bond and removing the 2,000 feet notification. I don't even know why we need a GPS tether, to be honest. So I'm gonna remove that as well. There's a no contact order though. So you're forbidding from having any contact directly or indirectly with the alleged victim. I recognize it's a shared property line. But you're gonna need to be smart about your actions because this is a sticky situation. So if you know that your neighbor is outside getting their groceries out, you probably want to wait until the coast is clear. You don't
Yes,
want
sir.
to have any contact directly or indirectly. You don't want to cause anyone else to have any communication on your behalf because that could result in a violation of your bond condition. And you may have to remain off of your own property if that's the only way that the court can ensure safety. Right now, I don't believe it's necessary for you to not be in your house due to what I know of the allegations, and that's very limited. So I'm going to amend the bond. I'm going to remove the GPS tether requirement, so you can return to your home. You're not to be within 6 feet of the alleged victim, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're not to have any communication of any kind with the victim. You need to follow all your other bond conditions, okay?
Yes.
Okay, final pretrial again is gonna be May 22nd at 8 o'clock in the morning in person at the court. And then if we're proceeding to jury trial, that'll be on June 26th at 8 a.m. There was an offer extended. Did you want to place it on the record?
Not at this time, Judge. Thank you.
Okay, well, the offer was extended, Mr. Green, to you, and you can convey and communicate that with your client. That will expire at the conclusion of the final pretrial, okay?
Yep, thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Your Honor, if you could just reiterate that within that no contact order, that means no screaming at or yelling at through the security cameras.
You mean like going and using the intercom portion of to talk to someone?
Yes, Judge.
Well, that would be communication, so no communication through any mechanism. That also includes using a security camera to communicate with your neighbors. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
no problem. Any additional matters for the record?
Nothing will be out of people. Thank you.
Nothing for the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Same to you. Mr. Austin is back. Oh, he's got Elijah Moore, that's why I got it. Okay. On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus John Jacob Kane. File number 23-00238 FY. Council appearance.
Brian Ring on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Deputy State Public Defender Steve Cornish on behalf of Mr. King, who's in the court and standing to my right.
Thank you, Mr. Cornish. We received your motion on behalf of Mr. Starks in the Ingham County Public Defender's Office. You're indicating a request to withdraw as counsel.
That's correct, Your Honor. There's going to be a complete breakdown of the attorney-client relationship. I attempted to step in myself and try and facilitate things. I think last time we were in court, that became kind of hostile between us. I tried to communicate further, that became further. I don't believe Mr. Kane is objecting to it. When last we corresponded, I wouldn't call it communication, corresponded, he agreed that there was a breakdown. I just asked the court to sign the order withdrawing us as counsel from Mr. Kane.
So would he be then granted conflict counsel through your office? Is that
He would need to apply for that, but we would take his application as soon as he contacted and spoke with my front desk. There's been privileged communications to which I don't want to disclose our correspondence. That would need a new application.
Okay, sounds good. You understand?
Did I need to contact their office for a different application?
If you would like to have your matter conflicted out to outside counsel. Okay. I did witness in the court, the last hearing, breakdown of communication. And due to those reasons and for the reasons stated by the attorney in the motion, I'm going to grant the request to withdraw the Ingham County Public Defender's Office as counsel. There's one, that's the order.
It's a copy of it.
Oh, I was gonna say, there's one in the file.
That was with the original. I didn't know if you wanted to separate, so I was bringing it.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So that one's been signed and dated for today. Was there any other matters that need to be addressed today?
Judge, it looked like an email just came in as of 35 seconds ago, a violation of a bond condition informational report. I don't know if you wanted to address that, if it comes through you, if you get it through your email. If you wanted to arraign or address that.
We're scheduled for a P53 hearing on the 27th.
That is correct. I don't know if this is a new one. My computer hasn't processed it yet, but I just wanted to, since everybody's here. I don't know. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as it.
What is this that you received?
It just says my computer's got a scan in progress right now, scanning the attachments. Is violation of bond condition informational report. Oh, it just came through.
I don't think I have that.
It looks like this morning, violation of the exclusion zone this morning.
I was still packing up stuff at the apartment, and when it went off, I left and went straight to the shop to catch my ride from here. It was part of those previous amendments. I still got a bunch of stuff to get moved.
Okay,
I left as soon as this tether started going off this morning.
okay. I haven't received that violation yet. I do see my note amending the bond for you to be at the property from the 10th to the 13th to remove your items.
I was still removing some stuff this morning. There's a lot to pack. It's a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
And the tether it just kicked in this morning, I believe at 9 a.m. So I just hurried up and just grabbed my coat and went out the door. It was under the eviction. The eviction actually was for the 13th. It was supposed to be the
So
final
victim
day.
already out of the property?
I'm supposed to be, Judge. I haven't had any contact.
Okay. You still have items there?
Yes, it's a full 2-bedroom apartment. I've still got to get it all moved. I was supposed to take the rest of today off to try to get everything put in storage.
Okay, you need to get all your stuff out because I thought the writ were already issued.
Yeah, I'm wondering, that was part of the breakdown of communications, if you could talk to Judge Forrest for an additional week.
I'm not your attorney. You can make a motion to Judge Forrest.
Yeah, I didn't know how that worked because.
Yeah, I was a courtesy because I was making that bond amendment that I went over and asked him to do that, but I'm not gonna go petition it.
Okay, I didn't know. I know that you did it previously, but I didn't know how that was.
Yeah,
being
you can
handled.
make a motion to Judge Forrest. You can go down to civil when you leave here, and if you want to see if you can get the writ date change, I'm not gonna do that for you, okay?
Yep.
Okay. What I will allow is for you to be within that exclusion zone to get all your property so long as the victim is not present.
Yeah, she hasn't been there. I've been just solely packing the apartment myself.
Sounds good.
And then also with that being said, where we're not even gonna be residing there anymore, if we remove the GPS tether because there's no address on her either. I'm gonna be staying still up there at the address listed on Jolly and Cedar Place Apartments after I get everything out of there. Because that eviction included both of us. And there's no, I'm not gonna be at the apartment, but I don't see the need for the GPS tether as there's no address. And as far as.
Oh, you think that the GPS tether was only required because you guys lived at the same address?
Yes, we lived at the same apartment.
No, the GPS tether is to protect the victim. I recognize though that the bond was set stating that there was a 2,000 feet exclusion zone with victim notification. That could present an issue if the prosecution can't provide us with updated information for the victim.
Yeah, originally you guys had to drop it down to 1,250 so I could go to work because the exclusion zone excluded.
I
all the
see
way
that.
As it went down.
It's
I
like
could just-
Judge Ward amended it. I think Magistrate Milmore issued the original bond. Judge Ward amended it to the exclusion zone being 1,250 feet, so you can go to work.
Because my work was like literally right there at the edge of that exclusion zone, so I didn't even go down that direction, not wanting the GPS tether to go off and the prosecution tried to just hammer me with it.
Okay, right now, the exclusion zone is still set for the address that we have on file. We don't have anything different, but you are set for a PA 53 violation next week.
Because of the council dismissing themselves, probably gonna need to continue that as well, so that they have time to get the right counsel.
You said what?
I would think we would need to reschedule all of that hearing for from next week because we're redoing counsel under the conflict.
Well, we don't know what you're doing. You need to take care of that because they've withdrawn and you need to now complete another application if you want to have conflict counsel.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
And so all the more reason why I need to keep that date set for next week so I can get a status.
Okay, that way they know what they're doing.
Yeah, so we make sure you filed what you're supposed to do and we know what's going on. And then on that, the victim should have been subpoenaed, correct?
That's correct.
So we can get an updated address for the purposes of an exclusion zone if necessary at that time, okay?
As far as I know, her dad had contacted me about a week and a half ago and said that he had come and picked her up and she's down in Akron, Ohio.
I can't speak to that.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking about the GPS tether being removed because we're not gonna be at that address and she's not even here in the state.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then she needed to have contacted the prosecutor and advised the prosecutor that I don't have that information and neither does the prosecutor. Okay, so at this time, we'll continue to the 27th date so that we can address your counsel issue at that time and reset the PA 53 if necessary. You're gonna go down, I guess, to the 5th floor so you can make a motion under the LT docket before Judge Flores to see if you can get an extension on your red date. And you can advise in your motion to Judge Flores as to how much time you need to get out. But other than that, any other matters for the record?
Nothing on behalf of people. Thank you, Your Honor. Well, actually, Your Honor, so are we treating the 27th as a PCC then? I would still subpoena the victim and have the victim under subpoena, but any officers, may I call them off?
I'm trying to understand. Did I only reset this to another PCC? Is that what was going on? Good cause, April 27th to 8:30. Was that an exam date?
I believe it was, Judge.
Okay.
The reason why all this was, that hearing there was extended was because the individual I was living with had COVID.
Okay, yeah,
And I
we need a
didn't-
new PCC date. Since you're gonna get your counsel. We're not using the 27th. We're gonna use it as 27th. So 27th will be a P53 and a new PCC, so that's correct. You do not need your officers for that date.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, any additional matters?
Nothing else on behalf.
You have any other questions,
No, ma'am.
sir? Okay, you're all set for
Oh,
today.
One other thing, now, so I'm able to go back to the apartment after I leave here.
I'm allowing you to be within the exclusion zone 2 days so you can get your items, so long as the victim is not present. And then you need to go and get an extension of your writ if you want to be there beyond that. And if that's the case, I'll amend my order to allow you to be there during that time period to get your
So
items.
I do that, they'll just send it up to you and you'll just amend it, or do I need to come back up here as soon as I'm done now?
For your,
After I go into the 5th floor to see if they'll extend the writ.
well, Judge Flores is gonna have to send the writ. You're gonna fill out the motion. They gotta bring it to Judge Flores. They may bring it up immediately because I think the writ date already. I think he extended it only to the 12th, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it was extended to the 13th, and I talked to the landlord and told him everything else that was going on, and they extended it to, the company extended it till yesterday.
Okay, so
But-
you might be out of luck, but you could try to get it extended. They will most likely bring it up to Judge Flores immediately to see if he can get it signed because it's imminent. And if that's the case, you may still be here. You can just let me know. If he grants it, then I'll extend my order. If you're not in the building when it gets granted, you can call, just like you called earlier to find out if you were supposed to be here. You can let me know and I can extend the order, okay?
Okay.
All right, you all set?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Almost empty. It's in my office. Okay, what's your name, ma'am? You're muted.
Brittany Seiler.
Sorry, air purifier. Mr. Austin is here with, Jared Austin is here with Elijah Moore. I didn't catch your name.
That's the.
Okay,
Cynthia.
does she have an attorney?
I don't believe so.
Ms. Sealer, do you have an attorney?
I do not.
Do you want to speak to them?
I do. I'm logging in right now.
Okay, we're gonna get you in a private meeting room with the prosecutor, okay? On the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Elijah Moore, file number 20-00839, council appearance.
Thank you, Your Honor, and good morning. Jared Austin appearing on behalf of Mr. Elijah Moore. He is present via Zoom.
Today was the date and the time that was set for sentencing. Well, it's really the date, not so much the time. And the reason why it's not the time is because Mr. Moore did not appear for sentencing, but I think there might have been some confusion about what time the sentencing was, or what date it was, I should say. Because I think my records reflected that it was set for tomorrow, and I don't know why it would say that, but Mr. Austin, you had the same recollection, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, the notes in my file, when that was set, when this date was set by my colleague reflected the 18th, and it appeared on my calendar as the 18th.
Correct, and that's what my note says. It says the 18th, but that's a city ordinance day, so that would not have been correct. Nonetheless, oh, that's Mr. Ring causing us to have echo. Okay, Mr. Ring, I'll put you in room 1.
Thank you, Judge. Sorry about that.
No problem. Ms. Sealer, I'm putting you in room 1. Okay, nonetheless, today's date and time that was set for sentencing. I don't know if I got an updated pre-sentence report.
I know I did not receive one, Your Honor.
Okay, well.
But, and I don't believe.
She pled guilty almost 3 years ago. You can make allocution.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. What I can say for Mr. Moore is he certainly seems to be in a different place now in his life than he was back then when he kind of fell off the radar. Up until recently, he was working. He's in between jobs now. He was working prior to his incarceration on this. Unfortunately, he lost his job, but Mr. Moore has a very positive attitude about that. He's going to hit the ground running. You know, he said there's plenty of work out there and he's going to go out and find it. He has sole custody of his daughter, so that's very much a big motivating factor for him. He does have some other cases pending. However, they don't seem to be any new cases, Your Honor. They appear to be older cases like this that he's getting taken care of. So it seems like in that time period, he hasn't really picked up any new cases or charges, or obviously had any police contact. He did turn himself in on this and his other matters, which I think speaks very positively as well. He also told me that he paid back the restitution to LAFQ in this matter. And I believe he could likely get some type of verification letter from LAFQ on that if need be for the court. So I would certainly ask the court to take all of that into consideration and sentence Mr. Moore appropriately. If the court does feel that some type of supervision is needed, then I would just ask for a brief term of reporting probation. I don't believe any additional incarceration is needed for those reasons for Mr. Moore at this time. Thank you.
Okay, my understanding is that he has credit for 68 days. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Mr. Ring, any information as to restitution being satisfied on this?
Hold that up real quick, Judge. I don't see any notes that we have, Judge, but I mean, that could be because he's FTA on it since 2020. Haven't received any update.
If you could provide the court with verification, he stated that he's already paid it. That's what
Oh,
he's
yeah.
stating. So we're gonna need some verification. If you can get that, Mr. Moore, that'd be great. If Mr. Ring can get it. Otherwise, the order of the court is for you to serve 68 days Ingham County Jail credit for time served in the amount of 68 days. There is a restitution amount of $1,004.18 that's owed to LAFQ, a $75 crime victim rights fee plus $50 state minimum cost. It's also to be assessed, and I'm gonna order you to complete 45 hours of community service within the next 60 days.
Okay.
You can contact our probation department to find out where you can complete the 45 hours, okay?
Okay. And where could I just go right up to the court with the papers? Or do you want me to email them to you?
With what papers? The verification that you paid, you mean?
Yes, ma'am. I got two
Yep,
forms of
Yep, if you could bring that right up, that'd be perfect. If it's easier for you to scan it, that works too.
I'll be on my way. It's better to do it yourself, you know, but
I agree. Okay, well then we'll see you shortly. Any additional matters for the record today, council?
Just one brief matter, if I may, Your Honor. I know when Mr. Moore originally turned himself in on this, he was being held on no bond, and his sentencing was originally set for June. And the court was very gracious to let Mr. Moore out of jail and to give him an earlier sentencing date. And I know Mr. Moore appreciates that greatly, and I just wanted to give my thanks to the court on that as well.
thank you.
No problem, thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, have a good one.
Thank you, Mr. Austin.
You're welcome, sir. Good luck, Mr. Moore.
Thank you. All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Moore. Ms. Steeler, your matters are dismissed. You're all set.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All we have for the morning?
This is all we have for the morning.
Okay, wonderful.
Forgot you.